like chilled and like actually started trusting other people a little bit. Like you ain't gotta trust them 100%, but like give him like 90 or something. It is like I think like especially like Impact, yeah, that will work well. Like maybe MLW that could work well or something that could use a little shine.
I think it's the ego thing, really. If you think about it, like
Hey,
Biggie, what up?
Big.
Yo,
hey everyone. So now that the gang is all here, welcome to the pre-show, everyone. So we're going to get underway in probably about 3 minutes, and then once we get to our 3 minute mark, we're going to do a 10 bell salute to the Iron Sheik that passed away this past, was it Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So we'll do the salute, and then we'll go ahead and get underway.
Hey, what's up, Wallace?
So yeah, y'all kick back and remember to like the podcast, share the podcast around because we have a lot of information this evening. And I got more information on the RYBACK and Booker T situation, which I will be telling you guys tonight, which will flow into Tuesday or what have you. Ryback was trending today for some reason. I do not know why, but he was trending today on Twitter. I believe it was just like maybe briefly, but still, like this situation with Booker T and Ryback
getting
is
some
hot.
traction.
It's getting
Yep.
traction, and that's doing good for Stevie Ray. Stevie Ray's podcast is not as known as his brothers, but the situation where Ryback went to option A and option A told him to fuck off, and then he went to option B and told him, he was like, let's do it. So unfortunately, I will be on the podcast. So
And you know what's
yeah,
interesting about
Very
this?
true.
definitely. Yeah, I've just been thrown in some bullshit. I'm just like, I didn't know they were beefing like that, bro. But
Ooh.
other than that, it's a great opportunity, and I'm gonna do the best I can. And like what Stevie Ray said, that he want me to go on there to ask some questions as a fan and as a podcaster, and really, honestly, I'm really representing the fans at this point. So like, hey, I'm for it. I'm happy. I just want to get this shit over with as soon as possible.
Yeah. Yeah,
But I gotta ask the question on air here because it's the question that fans of the podcast want to know from you. I'm pretty sure you already seen people been asking you for the past few days once this news broke about this. So, I want to ask you this question on air so you can go ahead and put everybody that's been asking you this question mind at ease.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, you're a dynamic character on here. You're the wild card. You go in, you tell it like it is. You give no fucks. So
Mhm.
everybody's been asking you for the past full days is, are you going to go in if need be between this discussion between Stevie Ray and Ryback? Because I've been seeing people commenting and stuff and asking you this question. So I wanted to ask you on air so we can put everybody's mind at ease.
You'll have to find out.
I like that was the perfect spell, Chris.
I
That was
said
the
that.
perfect spell.
You have to find out. I mean, so you guys got to understand, like, for my podcasting career, this is like really one of the biggest. And second to, having the honor to be in the breath of Stevie Ray and having him to be one of my good friends, like that's saying a lot. But for him to just bring me on and just say, hey, I want you to share this moment with me or whatever, it's really huge. And I'm not even a wrestler, I'm just a fan. I'm a podcaster at the end of the day, and it's fucking surreal. Like, it's just, man, like the last like 4 years, like since hashtag Hills for Life has really taken off, it's just been nothing but God. This is something that I wanted to do, and for me to get to this point where I'm going to be talking with Ryback, like, that is phenomenal. And then on top of that, we're talking about another star, a current, WWE legend that's in the WWE. We're going to be talking about Booker T on the air. And I just got nothing but butterflies. It's just, like I said, I'm just going to do what I do, like, that brought me to the game or whatever. I'm not going to be doing anything that's outlandish or anything that's going to be disrespectful or anything. I'm going to go on that podcast and I'm going to be as fair as possible. This is not like a neckbeard situation. This is something I take very, very seriously. And that's about it, really.
Man, phenomenal answer, man. And like I said, this to me, that's gonna build anticipation for everybody to tune in on Tuesday, man. And y'all make sure y'all tune in. We love y'all here. We love how active y'all are here on Hills for Life. Y'all make sure y'all tune in Tuesday. This is major. And I just wanted to say, man, you're the most deserving person to be in this position. You busted your ass for years. You grinded from the ground up, man, and you deserve this, man. And man, we as your brothers here on Hills for Life, we're excited for you, man. And y'all gonna have to tune in Tuesday, man, because I'm telling you, this shit is gonna be amazing. It's top notch. And I mean, this is big for not only our own Chris Dillsworth, aka Mr. Team Bring It, aka Wildcard, aka Mr. Sugar Nipples, aka BP Boy number 2.
Gas me up! Gas me up!
Real, you forgot one. You forgot one.
I forgot one.
Honeycomb.
There ain't no motherfucking honeycombs. Even though I ate some honeycombs early. Even though I ate some honeycombs this morning. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell my business like that. You shit me. But no, it's honey drip.
Disrespectful name.
Something like that. We got another 60 seconds.
Right. Yes. So. Like I said, just tune into the show, everybody. Not only tonight, but definitely on Tuesday, because everybody want to know the scoop. Everybody want to know what's going on between RYBACK and Booker T. I want to know too, because I just was just thrown in this shit. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just a fan, the innocent bystander that's just going to get the tea. I'm honored. I'm happy, and let's start the show. So, everyone, before we start, we're going to go ahead with the...
You want me to do the Iron Sheet?
Yeah, and then we're going to get into the show. Enjoy, everybody.
Looks like you lost another one.
It's just the fact that I'm highly dedicated to the grind. And I ain't never fake, boy, I'm like this all the time. And I'ma do me, it don't matter how you feel. And I'ma win even if I lie, cheat or steal. That's just real, I don't care if I leave the opposition feeling ripped off. And it's only cheating if you get caught. If you ain't with me, homie, I can never love ya. If you don't like it, I got 2 words for ya. I just rather lie, cheat, and steal. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. And I don't ever care how they feel. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. And they don't wanna see me in the field. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. No matter what, I'ma keep it real. It's cool being faces, better being the heel.
What's going on, wrestling true believers? It's a great day in Samantha. So, welcome everyone to another edition of Hashtag Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast, episode 218. Something is missing. You know, somebody ain't doing it. Somebody ain't doing it. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? I have to put that. I have to do that. Just have to push it to the right. So, everybody, you know who this is. The wild card. The Mr. Team Bringing. You know the motherfucker that the God that cannot be duplicated. You share me. You know. How you doing? My name is Chris Dilworth. Owner and sponsor and the slave on excuse me. I'm sorry. You know the black man for Hashtag Heels for Life. How you doing? What's going on?
I'm the real Garland. What's up, everybody? Man, let's do this thing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Rockin' Reese, aka the Wrestling Historian / Encyclopedia. Let's get ready to rumble.
And I'm the producer of Hashtag Heels for Life. My name is Ziggy the Beast, the babyface on the Hill Show, one half of the Heels for Life Tag Team Champions.
You a motherfucking lie.
See what I'm saying, guys? Like, let's get on with the show.
Baby face.
Just remember to share the podcast. Share the podcast around. Share it. No, Ziggy, no, bring your ass back in. No, you in this.
Hey man, I gotta do the moderation.
No, you can do the moderations live. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want y'all to just be looking at me doing this.
No,
the whole show trying to look.
No, you are saying your ass right here. You understand me? You know,
I'll dip in and out.
Okay.
Make sure y'all ain't putting no
So everybody, so tonight, everybody, remember, share the podcast, like the podcast, comment on the podcast, tell everybody about the podcast, because this is going to be a damn great episode. I promise you that. And also, check out our heel merch at www.heelsforlife.com. So tonight, buy the shirt.
Buy the shirt.
Don't buy the hoodies, because number one, it's too hot outside depending on where you at. Unfortunately, over here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it was 58 degrees out here. Don't ask me. Just know that y'all fucking up the environment. The ozone layer is almost done. It's almost depleted. That's because y'all motherfuckers keep smoking Black and Miles and weed and all that shit, but I digress.
Yeah, for once you can't blame Canada.
Not gonna even mention Canada right now. And you know, for the people, my friends that's in New York City, like I said, wear the masks like it's COVID. Be healed. Let's get on with the first item. WWE stories and news. So let's talk about Raw for a little bit. You know, on this program, I really do not talk about Raw because, you know, I don't really watch Raw like that. But this last week, definitely newsworthy. There was a lot of shit that went down on Monday Night Raw. So let's get into the first item. So Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest. And then, of course, his running buddy, you know, the, I guess the disgrace first time or first ever Universal Champion, which we kind of forgot about, Mr. Finn Balor. They was out there and, you know, Seth Rollins was talking his shit. He was giving that energy, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, hey, who in the hell is going to step up? You know, Damian Priest. Damian Priest has been on a roll ever since Backlash. And he's been putting out bangers after bangers after bangers. I'm trying to tell you. I believe in the next, like, maybe 1 or 2 years, I think he's going to be your next world champion. He's definitely a future world champion. I think the WWE is really testing the waters with him, because also he's going to be in another match with Seth Rollins on Smackdown. I believe this is coming up. Let me see, because I think I had it down here. No, not this one. No, it was another one.
July 7th.
Oh, this one right here. No, it's right here. So I do not know why they're having this shit on SmackDown. This is a Raw belt, but for some reason, they're putting it on here. But yeah, so let's just talk about the overall segment this past Monday. Finn Balor got owned. And Damian Priest, some signs of him turning face. What y'all think?
There's some dissension that's brewing between him and Finn, definitely, and it's probably going to lead to Damian Priest leaving. Like you pointed out before, Damian Priest is showing that hey, he don't really need the Judgment Day at this point. That he can really do well on his own, and we've been seeing that for the past few years. I think to me, the Judgment Day just kind of helped elevate what we already knew about Damian Priest, and that the WWE not once but twice put him in some sort of ring interaction with the biggest music star in the world and gave him the task of making sure, hey, we need you to help make this guy look good. And he's knocked it out the park both times, both as his tag team partner and as an opponent in a one-on-one match. That shot that Seth took on Finn, boy, you knew that got to him. That reaction he had, he was just
when Mr. Man said that my title race has been longer than Finn Balor's. I'm like,
but truthfully though, where was the lie?
I mean, the dude did not have to come for his neck like that. But Reese, we'll speak on it. What you think?
Like, well, anytime Rollins and Balor go at it, you know it's going to be money. And considering the history that they've had, like I said, with the Universal title and the Intercontinental title, you don't need too much for them to hype it up, to hype up anything going on between them. And as far as Damian Priest goes, this dude is defying expectations because it's hard getting into the mainstream when you're in your late 30s, early 40s after you've been toiling all around the world and whatnot. But Priest has been crushing it, even dating back to his time on NXT. We knew that if he got the right amount of time to shine and he was in the right situations, WWE was going to have money with them. But of course, the thing was, so many other people that do great at NXT, how would he be used on the main roster? And while things have been shaky, this run here with the Judgment Day has definitely allowed Priest to get his shine on it. So I'm wondering how this is going to be playing out because
somebody got a noise playing in the background. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
That's me, my bad.
Yeah, but Finn also been hanging around JD McDonough off and on, and then Dominic and Rhea have been doing their own thing. So, like Real said, Judgment Day is definitely coming to your end right about now.
And it might be for the best. It might be for the best at this point. I mean, they've shown that they were able to get over on their own with the exit of Edge. I know we all had concerns that we spoke about before with Edge no longer being in the equation. But now we see that the Judgment Day, without Edge and them being responsible for themselves to build themselves up and to gain their own momentum, they knocked it out the park. All four of them have. I'm glad you brought up the fact about his age. The fact that both Finn and Damian Priest are both in their early to mid 40s and that they're still able to perform at a high level is the testament to themselves. And I would love to see Damian Priest get his just due before it's all over with. Even though we have seen, miraculous feats of, just pure physical conditioning when it comes to people in their 40s. I mean, Father Time, you can't fight that. So I always have a soft spot for people that's in their 40s and they're trying to finally just now get what is due to them after busting their ass for years. And I'm just hoping that they pull the trigger on Damian Priest before, his time is up in professional wrestling.
Y'all mind if I jump in right quick?
Go ahead, bro.
Just want to say thank y'all for chatting and being active as always. Let's go through some of these comments. We have Derek, the Devastator. He says, set shit on Finn. He said he had a longer title reign than him. I was rolling. We also have Austin Jones. Shout out to Austin Jones. He says, Priest is the muscle in Judgment Day. Who's going to take his place if he were to leave?
Here's the funny thing. we already kind of alluded to it, and I know aesthetically he may not appear to be the muscle, but JD McDonough is going to be the muscle. Now, like I said, from a height perspective, people may be like, well, what the hell this little guy going to do? But the dude is, he's fucking insane. He's crazy. He'll show you that, hey, I'm going to be the heavy in the group, even though I'm not the biggest one in the group. I'm going to be the one that's going to come in. And if some shit going to go down, I'm going to swing first
Swing
before
for the
anybody.
fence.
Yeah, and I think didn't they tease some backstage stuff between Finn Balor and JD McDonough with like Finn looking down at looking down on him from a distance or something like that. And I think they said Finn Balor trained him or something like that too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they acknowledged the history because if you remember at Takeover, the first Takeover Blackpool, McDonough and Finn actually fought against each other. Like when Finn was a surprise opponent. So they definitely had a history with each other.
I've seen JD's McDonough's wide range of work from when he was in so Ireland, believe it or not, has a wrestling promotion called OTT, Over the Top Wrestling. Some of the biggest names in wrestling before they got signed, that was, during that boom period of the indies and stuff, wrestled over there in Ireland, and they have this event called Scrappermania. One thing OTT has done well was he's called the Irish Ace because he was the ace over there in Ireland, and they always did a great job of showcasing his range as far as the different characters he played, his in-ring work and things like that. And I'm just happy to finally see him in WWE. That Finn influence, you can see that Finn has helped him out in so many ways throughout his whole entire career. He basically he's been there from him every step of the way. And he always been that bug. Exactly. Thank you, Tone. Even though David Starr is a kind of a sore name to mention in professional wrestling, that JD versus David Starr feud in OTT was the shit. Shouts out to Montez 2.0, aka Starr.
Oh God! I'm just hoping that you put some muscle mass on because, like I said, you skinny like a scarecrow. They ain't doing it for you, bro. I'm just playing. Stop. What's going to shout out to Brandon? How you doing, man? Yeah. Do anybody else have any other comments before we go on to the next one? This is the other one y'all gonna like in a minute. Y'all good?
Good.
Okay. All right. This was a banger. This slapping meat. Man, like Kevin. What?
It's the Big E there, man. It's the Big E.
No. Slappy meat.
Yo.
Slappy meat. Let me put this back up here real quick. Okay. Slappy motherfucking meat. Okay. All right. Kevin Owens is, I guess, on this petty, relentless type of shit. I mean, it's giving me life. Gunther is like this unstoppable like object in the WWE right now. And it's like he is like literally damn near unbeatable. But this match right here, I mean, banger. I would love to see this match sometime down the road. I know they did, they're in the storyline or whatever, but I would love to see them for the Intercontinental Championship at one point. You know what I'm saying? If we are able to get that. But no, I'm definitely liking this feud between Imperium versus the tag team champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But yeah, that was a good match. I mean, I knew that Kevin Owens was going to lose, but he came out looking like $1 million at the end of the day. So
that's what Gunther does to him. And by the
very stiff, yes.
Yeah,
them punches were stiff as fuck.
And of course, them damn chops, which by the way always hurt my chest every time. I don't care if Gunther done lost some weight. When that man chops you, it hurts. And by the way, also congratulations, Gunther. I believe just hit the 1 year mark as Intercontinental Champion. It's either today or yesterday he hit that mark. Yeah, but yeah, KO. Yeah, another guy who, like I said, getting up to late 30s, early 40s, and really just starting to hit his shine now. And I would say this that it was yesterday. Thanks, Corey. But yeah, anytime you got two guys that are consistently good performers in the ring, you know you're gonna get like a damn good match. And yeah, Gunther KO, definitely want to see that one again. And yeah, definitely wanting to see how things play out when Kaiser and Giovanni go for the tag titles.
So June 10th, Reese.
All right.
365.
Yes.
Cool.
1 year, y'all, which means we are not too far away from him breaking of one of the oldest records in the history of WWE, and that is the longest intercontinental title reign held by the Honky Tonk Man.
That racist motherfucker. Yeah.
I can't believe we're on the cusp of it. You know, I can't believe we're on the cusp of that record being broken. And y'all mentioned earlier that y'all both want to see this match revisited. When the Intercontinental title on the line, I want to see this as a world title match. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see it as a world title match, hopefully. Gunther is going to be champion one day. He's going to be world champion, and they're going to revisit this match. And you give them 20, 30 minutes, it's going to steal the show. Both of these guys are from the trenches. Both of these guys came up the hard way. So you already knew when they put these two in the ring with each other that they were going to beat the shit out of each other. It was going to be stiff. It wasn't going to be nothing nice or anything like that. Fucking KO, like you said, he's pushing his late 40s. His son, Owen, is bigger than him. That's how many years has gone by since we've seen KO on our TV screen in WWE. And I just want to say this motherfucker's body indestructible, man. Like, we've seen him take some punishment over the years. I'm just floored by how great the match was.
You're talking about KO?
Yes. This motherfucker's body indestructible, bro.
So are you comparing him to Mankind's body?
Yeah, he got big Foley durability. Do you know how many back bumps this guy has taken over the years? Like, how is this dude's back not broken?
Yeah, he gonna pay for it down the line too. I mean, look at Mick Foley. Mick Foley got like one good kidney. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I digress.
But I mean, I agree with you. It's gonna take. He's gonna be in the little scooter thing.
Yeah, Zick.
Zick,
can you pull up Austin's question?
Austin's question. Let's do it. Let's see, Austin.
Yeah, about the Gunther and the U.S. title. Yeah.
Wait, KO is 39? I'm older than him?
Oh.
Shit, I feel old as hell.
Yeah. Austin, to ask this question right here, if Gunther were to compete for it, come on, he would definitely bring value to the U.S. title. As a matter of fact, I think he would do what WCW tried to do with Lance Storm, but wind up doing it a lot better. And because when you have somebody that's an international guy holding the U.S. title and he's an international heel, and especially if it's somebody who thinks that he's better than the United States, then you're automatically like bringing heat to the championship, because the wrestler, in this case Gunther, he would bring so much heat just by his superiority or his presenting to his superiority, that he would make everybody want to challenge for that championship.
Now going to Mr. what's his name?
Who?
Al Tirana, I believe. What part were you talking about? Someone was getting, what were you talking about? Who was getting out of line of KO? When I said that comment about, when Stephen made that comment about his body being indestructible, that I compared to the Mankind. I mean, that was just nothing but facts. That wasn't like I mean, I don't know if that's what you were implying. I mean, I don't know. But
I do have a question for y'all though. With Gunther in this Intercontinental reign, I really don't see anybody really beating him for the Intercontinental Championship. Do y'all think that he could do something that, like, I think they would do in TNA, where they would relinquish the X Division title to go for a World Championship or something like that, or
WWE's
win the
not
World Championship and then
Option
like
C.
say, hey, y'all could take the Intercontinental or hold both.
WWE is not that smart.
Yeah.
It would make all the sense in the world because, like you say, you're thinking of bringing up an option C like they do
Option
in
C, yeah.
TNA. It would make all the sense in the world. To me, how his Intercontinental title reign is, this is my prediction. He's going to be the one to beat Seth, or he should be the one to beat Seth.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Option B is a Money in the Bank. Option C, they really do need an option.
Oh, he could win Money in the Bank.
Yeah, he can win
the Intercontinental Championship.
Coming up. Exactly. Now, remind you, they don't really say it too much because, you know, when we say Money in the Bank, they're trying to cash in on the world champion. They're not talking about like mid-Carter titles. You know, when what's the name? What's his name? Tuggy. What's his name?
Otis.
Oh yeah. He tried to go after the tag team championships or whatever with the Money in the Bank, whatever. So I guess you can cash it in on any title or whatever. So yeah. And then as far as Gary's question, is Honky Tonk Man racist? Well, let me just tell you like this. I met the motherfucker in person, and yeah, the motherfucker's racist as hell. I don't like to. When we talk about Honky Tonk Man, that is one person I do not want to talk about. I do not want to indulge at all. And then on top of that, he is he's related to Jerry the King Lawler. So you fill in the blanks with that one.
I want to say this real quick. Y'all brought up that he could win. He can get a title shot by either winning Money in the Bank. I seen somebody posting there about the Royal Rumble. Here's my idea. He don't need to do either one of those things. He could just wash through everybody and just come out and be like, you know what? I done beat everybody there is to beat that done step up and challenge me for the Intercontinental Championship. It's time for me to move on to bigger and better things. And then challenge Seth. And Seth, being the babyface that he is going to be like, you know what? Let's go for it. And then he takes it from Seth. He vacates the Intercontinental Championship. That way, the record is intact. His dominance is intact. We're good to go.
Yeah, I met both of them too. Like Jerry was cool. Like, I mean, he was cool, but his cousin. But anyway, I digress. Let's move on.
Derek says he says, I guess with Austin Theory last year, they're making it to where you can cash in on any belt, not just a world title. But I mean, like, why would you? I mean, I don't know why would you?
I mean, because like,
title if you
bro, like it is so many factors with this. You don't have to put me on the main screen. I'm just gonna say this. The thing is that
you said put me on the main screen. I got you.
No, don't put me on the main screen. I just said no. And I said you didn't have to. No, my whole thing is that there's so many variables with the WWE. Like, it's so weird. It's like, okay, it was supposed to be for the World Championship. And then when Roman literally took over, now it's like you can go after the Intercontinental Championship, you can go after the NXT Championship, the Tag Team Championship. Ain't it supposed to be for, like, you know, the individual championship? Can you take me off the screen? Can you take me off screen? Just take me off. Take me off! Shit.
Hold on. And I just want to say, I want to bring up one logic gap.
All the way off, or just
I want to bring up.
I didn't say all the way off. I mean, you know what? I don't like.
I want to bring up one logic gap. What happened with the whole Austin Theory thing that still bothers me to this day. Now, y'all stop me when I'm telling a lie. Now, out of Austin Theory's own mouth, he said the reason that he cashed it in on the United States Championship, and I quote, it's because he was never going to win it from Roman because of the whole bloodline thing.
He would get jumped.
And that's a problem.
All right, so all right, do y'all remember what pay-per-view was coming up a little bit after that.
Or
After
when
he
he tried to
cashed in.
cash in and he got beat up
Survivor
outside the
Series.
ring.
Damn, was this before SummerSlam?
The Royal. Wait, this is after
Oh,
SummerSlam.
around
I think this
yeah,
is like.
Clash of the Castle. Yeah, that's where it was.
Well, all right. So let's fast forward a little bit. I think on Raw, he declared himself for the Royal Rumble. No. Understand where I'm going with this. He declared himself for the Royal Rumble, and I think he had a segment or something where he's going to win the Royal Rumble and beat Roman Reigns. So you contradicted yourself, basically, because the situation was still the same. Where even if you won the Royal Rumble, you know the bloodline is going to interfere, and you're so the logic gap is you had the easiest path to win the championship.
Yep.
I mean,
You
like,
had
still like
You had the
it was
easier
like it was
path.
really like a no-win situation with this. But it was like really
Right.
a no-win, and yeah, I mean that was the
before
only way that he could
WrestleMania
really. Yeah, like that was his only opportunity. I mean that was like his. Well, I mean he had the Intercontinental Championship he could go after. He had the U.S. Championship. He had the NXT Championship, which that will be considered a downgrade. But once again, people don't think that's a downgrade. People think that that's an upgrade. But how you downgrade, and that's, I mean, how are you supposed to be upgrading, which that's supposed to be a developmental part. But I digress.
Here's the other logic gap. It was an open challenge. You wasted a briefcase
It was
on an
was
open
an
challenge.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
thank
telling you, for like the
See,
last couple of years, bro, for the last couple of years, man, it's
So my
just been
dog-
dumb. They've been making some dumb ass decisions, bro.
Exactly.
Yo, real.
Like,
See, I had to, because like I went back and I wanted to make sure that I had all my ducks in a row when I brought this up. But it was an open challenge, bro. It was an open challenge, and you cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase when you didn't have to, because it was an open challenge. So it's like, but this kind of goes back to, you know, the guy's question asking, you know, about the Money in the Bank briefcase, whether they're going to cash it in on this and that title. Here's my response to that. Why when the goal that we're told as a fan base is to be world champion? The ultimate goal for any aspiring WWE superstar, this is what we're told, is for them to be world champion. Why would you want to cash it in on this title or that title when you should always aspire to go for something bigger? That's my response to it. I mean, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like, if LA Knight wins, which everybody's predicting LA Knight is going to win Money in the Bank, do you think with somebody's personality like LA Knight, like he's going to waste it on a Intercontinental or United States title shot?
They have. We're gonna go to the next one. I mean, they have the World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, they use that as smoke and mirrors. You know, they don't want you going after Roman. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the narrative that the WWE like to play.
Exactly.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, you fans really need to pick up on that shit. Y'all really do. And yes, for y'all motherfuckers that's in my fucking box and y'all have to talk about growlers going off, you goddamn right it's going off. And it's not for me, okay? Thank you so much, okay? Damn, y'all just announcing this shit. Anyway.
What's the sad part when you think about it, though, is that Theory actually would have had some chances to come on, although at first he didn't think he would have had any, because look at Elimination Chamber. Remember after KO and Sammy laid Roman out, KO and Sammy laid Roman out, you had a chance to get him there. And hell, Night of and real, I think I brought this up to either you or Enforcer. Night of Champions. Who was the only champion not on that damn pay-per-view? Theory. And then right after Jimmy super kicks Roman, and even the tag titles might have still be gone off, you had another chance to cash in there. because, like I said, Theory's not on the card. Yeah, Roman's not even thinking about it because he's too busy thinking about Jimmy costing them the tag belts. Boom, you could have had a perfect cash-in right then and there.
That is true. All right, y'all, let's go to the next item. I did not see this match, but I heard it was pretty good. Did y'all want to talk about this one?
It actually was. I thought that this match was pretty good, even though a lot of people don't know who Kaden Carter or Katana Chance may be. You know, with the casual main roster, casual crowd. But they worked very good. They did a lot of tandem offense and different things like that. For the women's tag team, they have a pretty cool tag team finisher. She does like a neck breaker into a 450 splash. It was actually pretty good, and very small miscues, but not enough to like really try to shit on them. Like Ronda and it's especially Shayna, they played pretty well with them. They're pretty given. They didn't just squash them in 30 seconds like everybody thought probably was going to happen. They gave them a good match. So kudos to them. The only thing is there's not a lot of women tag teams. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how they go about moving on from here, especially if Kaden Carter and Katana debuted against the tag champs. So now it's like, okay, what's next? So it's going to be kind of interesting, especially I think too they're going to be merging the NXT.
That's
that's going to be a little later.
Yeah,
that's gonna be in 2 weeks. I do want to comment on it. I'm not even though I felt like this match was too soon to be happening, I'm not gonna be overcritical or go off on a rant about it. Like you said, it's not really nothing to be overcritical about it. It is. You know me. I'm not gonna turn down watching a good match. It was a good match. I'm glad that people are starting to see that, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter are probably the only legit tag team that they have in the women's division. Because, like you said, they have tag team moves. They, they dress the part. They show, hey, this is what the tag team women's division is supposed to be, and that should be your catalyst right there. If you want to do anything to salvage the women's tag team titles, they're trying to go in the right direction, which is something they should have did a while ago. And hopefully they could continue to take it a bit more serious. To be honest with you, and this is not me trying to go off on a tangent, the shit that Ronda Rousey is saying about it is shit that we know two other individuals that no longer work for the company have been saying for years. But as our dear leader would say, I digress. I'm not gonna go off on another tangent about that, but hopefully they'll go in the right direction.
So just like what Alex said in the comments, that he said those girls showed out, but y'all know Ronda and Becky are bathroom breaks for me. You know what?
Hey man, what's up, Alex?
Yeah,
shout out to Alex.
I'm tired of being humble.
Shit, Alex.
What up, Alex? Shouts out to Alex, an OG Hills for Life supporter, man. Shouts out to you, Alex. So my question is this. Do they start taking it serious now that Ronda's in the whole women's tag team title picture? Do you think they start taking this division more serious now?
It depends. It really all depends. What's going on, Michael? It really all depends. It depends on how much energy. This is very important. It depends on how much energy the WWE is going to put into the women's division. Now, as you can see, they've been putting all their energy in the bloodline. I wouldn't even say the men's division. They're just specks of them. You know what I'm saying? Specks. But their energy is really on the bloodline. I think the women's division is still going to be dry, even with the new additions from NXT, which they're damn good. Don't get me wrong. They're good. But I just don't think it's going to be enough to save the women's tag team division. It's just not, because it's just full of randos and blondes and motherfuckers that's stuck in catering. You know, and I'm not talking about Cedric Alexander and I'm sorry, wrong division. Sorry, wrong division. Wrong division.
Whatever happened to like the Iconics?
Nah, they were the
Because
Impact.
they were a true women's tag team too.
They got fired.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, what?
One
Like, I
is
know, like, but
pregnant.
like, what are they doing? Like, I think that would be good to like.
Billy's actually pregnant right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's what's going on with everybody in professional wrestling. You either get knocked up or you just on vacation. Straight up.
I'll tell you one. I'll tell you one thing they could start doing. Instead of just putting this woman A and woman B together, have some story around that, even if it's a segment. Just give them a reason to why they're teaming together instead of saying, "Hey, you want to tag with me? Yeah, sure." And then next thing you know, they're on TV as a tag team, or the overdone two women jumping another woman, then woman B comes out of nowhere and saves them. They never had no interaction with each other before that. Hey, we're gonna be a tag team, okay? You know, stuff like that. If you're trying to build women's tag teams, have a little bit of story. They got 3 hours of television on Monday. You got 2 hours of television on Friday. And if you want to throw NXT in there, you got 2 hours of television on Tuesday. You mean to tell me you can't give them 3 to 4 minutes with a segment or something like that to build some sort of story to how woman A and woman B became a tag team? That's all I'm asking for. 2 or 3 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes out of a 3-hour show? Come on, dog.
With his comment a couple minutes ago, but here's where this problem really started. It's that this is WWE working ass backwards again. Because what they should have done is, like, when Black and Gold was hot the first time, that's when they should have started. Like when the whole women's revolution was beginning. Yeah, NXT should have been also trying to incorporate a women's tag team division then, so that way when it was time for the main roster to get up there, then you would have had all these tag teams already set, so that way,
I agree.
Yeah, you could have like tag teams that were kind of being put together, but not necessarily on TV. They could come on when the teams that are getting moved up to the main roster. Yeah.
But see, here's the problem with that. See, back then, Vince McMahon was too busy fucking too many bitches in the back. That's why they were doing little cuts. But you know, I digress. Whatever.
Yeah, I was just bringing up the same damn thing.
Do y'all think that they'll benefit more from a mid-card women's championship than a tag team mid-card championship?
I would.
A tag team championship?
I will go down that direction. I would.
Like a women's intercontinental championship or women's whatever they want to call it.
Women's intercontinental or I mean
something.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Even
I'm trying to get out.
TV title or something.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, women's TV title. Yeah.
That has more of a ring to it.
And
it
has you know, some lineage. You know what I'm saying? You know, ECW. I believe WCW. They had a TV title, I believe, or something like that. Yeah. So I mean, that's a good idea. That's a damn good idea.
I want to add to that. Women's television title, and it be like the women's tag team title is supposed to be. It floats between all 3 shows. That way, you got something for women across all 3 brands to fight for if they're not fighting for their respective women's championships. That way, the people still have something going on. That's not in the world. That's not in the world title pictures on all 3 shows.
So let's pause real quick. Let's kind of go through the comments because the comments are lighting us up.
Let me get through the comments. Eric says, and appreciate y'all for chatting as well. He says they should only have a mid-card title if they unify the 2 main titles, because 2 main titles for the women is kind of nonsensical. Al said he agrees. Let's see. We have Desmond Duke said women's welterweight championship. No, I don't think they have weight.
I don't
UFC.
think that this is USC.
No,
Even though I know
yeah,
they're
because that's
together.
when you say welterweight, that's basically you saying there's a weight
That's a weight
limit.
limit. So
And
you know what
there's
we're gonna
some-
do about
Yeah.
Dewdrop and all that.
Exactly.
Alex Arroyo, what you laughing at?
Nothing.
I'm just saying.
Nothing.
We want to be all inclusive, right? Alex said they should invest in a good amount. See, this is heel shot. See, y'all see?
We are.
See? That's how we be. This is what we're talking about.
You ain't
Oh, so I'm
shit.
reading the
I just want
comments.
you. I want you to
reading the
know
comments.
you are not shit. I just want you. Okay.
I'm reading the comments.
Okay. I'm just gonna drink my OJ.
Austin Jones. He says, "Sisters say something, fall on deaf ear."
That is true.
Hey, now they listening.
But that's the truth.
Wait,
See, hold on.
why
Keep that up there.
Why
Keep
you
that up
cut
there. Keep
yourself
that up
off
there.
when you said that?
I didn't pre-read it.
Because it's the
He said, "Whoa."
Go ahead, man.
where, as Bobby Fish would say, Ezekiel, I hope one day you can get a clip of that Bobby Fish saying, because I swear we probably use this saying more than he does. But where's the lie? I mean, where's
I see why
the
Chris still laughing.
Because the way you talk about, yeah, we're just trying to be inclusive. Yeah, you know what about?
You raggedy bitch. You raggedy bitch.
Yup, you raggedy bitch. You is. You was a raggedy bitch for doing that shit.
Who,
For
me?
real. Talking about, you know, she's not a featherweight. She is a super duper dewdrop. You know,
Now, see, I ain't say all
I
that.
know
I
you
just
did.
said if we doing weight classes, we gotta, you know, some people might not make the cut. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so you're accusing our own baby face.
Oh, I'm not
Own baby
accusing.
face
Shut my mouth.
of doing
I
heel
don't need
tactics
I
by
don't need
Alex,
insinuating.
bro.
By the way,
Me and God also know that he is not a baby
Look.
face. We know that.
Look, Anthony laughing.
Shut up, Anthony, because you know.
Look, Al, look, Derek.
Anywho, let's move on. First of all,
All right.
let's talk about this. Let's talk about the slap of the century. Let's talk about this real quick. You know, even though Dominic is a pussy and he's acting his position, I think this was very, very hilarious. I mean, he slapped the shit out of. I mean, that whole segment on Miz TV and poor Miz. Miz is just like, he reminds me so much of The Rock. He just really went rock bottom. You know what I'm saying, on WWE.
See.
What? Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Okay. Let me rephrase it real quick. So Miz is just in we don't know what type of position he's in. We just know that he's a punching bag, and you know, I mean, he got punched again by Cody Rhodes after the segment was over. But you know, once again, I digress.
Miz said the check cleared.
I bet it
You know what's
did.
crazy
Miz
thing
said the
about the
check cleared.
Miz
I
though
don't
that
care.
y'all
I bet
bring
it
up?
did. I mean, shit. When you get
He's also had low key some good matches lately, which is shocking to say about the Miz.
What he
which
did?
is
What he did
weird.
last week? Who he fought last week?
who?
Miz.
Shit.
Who was doing Hurricane Ranas, all type of stuff? Everybody was like, "What got in the Miz?"
Because
Was
Miz
this like a bonus.
Because Miz is trying to get some play. He hasn't got any play in the last 3 years. You know, he talking about, well, maybe if I just, do some more stronger moves, because you know what Daniel Bryan said before. He's like, you just do these girly moves or whatever. You too safe.
He said he wrestled like a coward.
Mm-hmm.
Who did he wrestle last week, chat? But dude was doing Hurricane Ranas, all type of. It was Ricochet.
Oh, damn.
I was like,
Yeah.
so you
Like
can do this.
and they low key ate, which Miz has shown he can wrestle
if he wants to.
If he
That
wants
makes me
to.
even more
If he
mad.
wants
That makes
to.
me even more mad with him.
Yeah, because it's just like,
Dave, Austin, you're right about that. He gets played for Maurice every night. So, I mean, we can't knock him on that. He gets played every time, like Ziggy said, that check clear. He don't give a fuck what they have him doing. As long as that check cleared, that money is in the bank account.
sounds like Booker T. But you know, whatever.
Right.
Moving on. Oh, did anybody else have any comments, questions?
I think Reese did.
Reese, go ahead.
Dominic, I gotta say this with Dominic. Yeah, he just became like the Latino Rick James. He said, what the single figure say to his face?
And then ran behind his girlfriend. That is just man.
But I gotta say this, as bad as we clown Dominic, and more times than not, deservedly so.
Mm-hmm.
The dude is pulling this. He's doing this almost like a reverse Eddie Guerrero China thing to like. All right, I won't say that he's like doing it like to perfection, but he's getting better at it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Let me see.
They've been showing more affection on TV. Y'all been noticing that with them too?
Well, like more tongue and shit, like they're on like in a porn or something like that.
I like
I ain't say all that.
Oh, okay.
Hate, man. 2.0.
Hey.
Oh, I didn't know they were kissing like that. Like I didn't know because like I thought that she had a boyfriend, right?
Well, I mean, they weren't not like kissing, but like being more flirty and shit with each other. And she carried.
What the?
No, killing Reese.
I
What
was just
happened?
inquiring. What the fuck? Like I'm just whatever. You know what? I'm gonna sit my ass in the corner. Ziggy, you can take over the show because like I'm tired of being a fucking heel and I'm tired of being a villain on here. Like I'm just trying to keep.
Thank
real.
you. Is this a face turn?
No. I'm a Christian.
You said no.
I'm always a
Fuck
Christian by law. Okay,
you said you're tired of being a heel.
No, I'm tired of being a heel right now. I'm not talking about forever. No. I play by my position. Unlike you, but you know, whatever.
Is this a face turn?
No, never a face turn. It's just at that moment I got tired of being a heel. I wanted some respect for a change.
Alex said he's tired of being humble.
That's
real.
our thing.
Tired of being humble, for real. But no, what was you saying though?
No, that's all I had.
Oh, okay. All right. So the next one, Zoe Starks versus I don't know what you call her.
See, look.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
This man doing a Big Show already a heel again. Look at him. He can't help himself.
Damn.
You know what? I'm tired of
This man turned 5 times with them.
You better watch this, Vic. He might give you that WMD.
But as you can see, like, you know, Zoe Starks, the future versus the bloated boats, Natalya. In the Money in the Bank qualifying match, of course, you know, Natalya needs to, you know, get some shine in. You know, I'm glad that she got kicked in the face for the 1, 2, 3. I'm happy about that. I'm proud of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why Natalya needs to sit her ass in the back, and she needs to do something with her.
She's a coach.
Excuse me?
She's been a coach.
She's been a coach. Oh, I thought
she legit been like training them and stuff with Tyson Kidd. They got like a ring set up at their house.
Oh, I thought she'd been a coach all her career, but you know, I digress. You know, whatever.
I just want to say this about Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark, like, this is not surprising. Good. I'm not sure who all in here watches 2.0, but from day one, I think she was there towards the end of regular NXT as well. They've been giving her the rocket ship from day one.
And she got hurt, I think.
She's talented.
I think that's what.
Yeah, she got hurt. She got hurt, and that's what stifled that. But that's who they're showing you. That's who's going to be our next big star is Zoe Stark. And the fact that they paired her with arguably one of the greatest of all times in women when it comes to Trish Stratus, that's letting you know, like, hey, she's going to be the next one. Don't get me wrong, and don't get mad at me. I mean, yes, she's strong in the face. She's the oldest looking 20-some-year-old I've seen, but she's talented. We can't take that away from her.
People make it seem I've seen.
She's not that bad.
She's pretty good.
She's talented. I'll say this though, she's talented. Only thing she has to work on, and I'm pretty sure she's been working on lately, is getting more comfortable on the mic once you hand her a microphone. Other than that, she has everything else you need. She's gonna be a fucking star.
Okay. Cool. All right, let's hold on. Let's see what was. Now we're entering the main event. I know there was matter of fact, honorable mentions. This man right here. The one thing I am really getting tired of is these vignettes. Like my nigga, like you came on the main roster like after WrestleMania. It's either him, his wife, and this is Johnny Gargano, y'all. Like we know that you were a former NXT champion, and it's like you just can't get the pass out of your head, out of your vignettes. And it's just like I'm like his vignettes felt like the Wonder Years, and it felt like, bro, like what are you doing? Like what's going on? And I don't know. I don't think they know how to utilize him. Like I just
Can I say this?
go ahead.
Can I comment on it? Because it's WWE. They're working in reverse. This vignette should have been shown a couple of years ago when you brought him up the first
Yeah.
time. Should have been shown. It should have been shown when he initially came back. They're working in reverse. You're just tossing this man out there and expecting people to give a damn, but as you see, it doesn't work that way. When he comes out there, he don't get no crowd reaction because they haven't done their due diligence by showing the vignette months ago. When you're trying to tell people, hey, this is who Johnny Gargano is, they're working in reverse, and as you can see, it's not working. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna be bold right here and say this: everybody's talking about Ciampa. When Ciampa get back, this is gonna do wonders for
I
him.
don't
I'm
think
gonna be honest with you. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work on the main roster. Like when Ciampa comes back, and I hate to say this, and this is not me knocking him because I'm a huge fan of Ciampa. I was meaning to wear my Tommaso Ciampa shirt on the show today. A huge fan of Tommaso Ciampa, but let's talk. Let's speak real, and real is in my fucking name. And the reality is that even when Tommaso Ciampa come back, and I'm gonna ask all three of y'all this: Do we honestly believe the fans are gonna give a
Don't
damn?
give a damn now.
Like
They gotta give them, and that's the part they gotta build them up to give people a reason to give a damn. Same thing with Candice LeRae. Same thing with Indy Hartwell. Same thing with Dexter Loomis. The whole Johnny Gargano, was it the Way family? The
Yeah,
Gargano
and
Way.
he mentioned that too in his vignette.
The actual vignette was fire. The actual vignette, the way they shot it and
It
everything
was.
was fire. We all know he can wrestle. We all know he's good, but they just need to make people care. So they need to get him in some sort of storyline to get the momentum going, because NXT, you could get away with just having banger matches.
Mhm.
And that's fine.
exactly.
But when you get on the main roster, everybody's fighting for TV time. Everybody's fighting for every little bit of seconds on each segment to get minutes of getting cut. Bloodline segments going overtime. You got to be able to work with that. And then the same thing with Ciampa. They're going to have to start from the ground up with Ciampa as well.
So it's not like we're saying that this wouldn't be a fire match, Sammy versus Johnny and Ciampa. We're not saying that won't be a fire match, but my thing is that how many times are you going to start reliving the past? Like it worked on NXT, but it doesn't mean it's going to work on the main roster. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's going to be fire. It just, I know how the main
We're
roster.
just saying that people are not going to give a damn. That's all we're saying, Austin. We're not saying that the matches that are going to come out of DIY coming back or anything. All we're pointing at is that, got to remember, NXT fan base, and it took me a while to realize this, but the NXT fan base is different from main roster fan base. Main roster fan base, whether people want to admit it or not, do not watch NXT. And then especially after the rebrand of the 2.0 shit, even smaller audience now. So people really don't watch NXT. So all we're saying is this, man. We're saying that people are really probably not going to give a damn once DIY comes together as a team. We're not saying that they're not going to put on fire matches or anything. We're just saying that in a whole grand scheme of things, the majority is not going to give a damn. And we hate saying this. We're not saying this to be mean or petty. We hate saying this shit. We think they should get attention.
Fans ever care about like NXT is usually the Raw after WrestleMania, because a lot of that fan base is still the NXT crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, this is the main event, y'all, and then we're gonna take a quick break. It's like a little break to promote our merch. So yeah, this was the main event, and once again, it was great. Loved it. I enjoyed it. Yeah, they really, they're really pushing Damian Priest to the moon at this point, and Seth Rollins is, Seth Rollins do what Seth Rollins does. He made his opponents look like $1 million. So great win, and I did hear a little rumor that Seth Rollins might be dropping the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam against the one that they're trying to push now, which is they're talking about pushing. Yeah, they talk about dropping the belt to him.
LA Knight.
They're talking about that. Now, once again, this is only a rumor, y'all. So we're not trying to throw out any spoilers or anything, but this seems like this is the direction they want to head in. So yeah.
I'm glad they changed his gimmick from that Max Dupree stuff to let him do what he was doing in NWA, let him do what he was doing in Impact, and when he was Eli Drake. I mean, I know it's a little bit more edgy what he was doing in Impact with the dummy?
Yeah.
You can't say dummies, and you can't use that kind of
Exactly.
lingo in WWE, but it's the variation of it.
Why you can't say dummy?
Is it?
Because you're apparently taking shots at people that are
It's,
mentally
PG, bro.
What?
That's why.
yeah.
I mean, like what? I mean, they should call themselves WWE TikTok. I mean, they should. Like, I mean, dude, like, okay, if you said retarded, that's totally different. That's really being disrespectful to the slow people. But dummy, I mean,
you can't say that. Can you imagine all the kids going, dummy? Yeah. In the kindergarten class. Where did you learn that from? From LA Knight. Yeah. Well, you're going to go through detention. Suspended. You're expelled.
Oh, God.
Then the teachers and the principals going to be going on, this WWE is polluting our kids' minds.
Ziggy, the new leader.
Is it spirals out of control?
Ziggy, the new leader of racist.
That's a valid point. That is a valid point. I can't even disagree with that one. I can't.
Dummy.
Yeah, dummy. Yeah.
And that's not just an insult, folks.
Kids bad, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are bad. I mean, like back in our day, I mean,
Hold on, let's cook on this a little bit. So imagine, right? You know how little kids have like career day, or they do a show and tell, and there's some kid up there showing and telling, and they show and tell, and the one kid in the classroom that always disrupting, like, sit down, dummy. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Like it's just I can see where.
How many times when y'all was kids and y'all was?
I was right.
That's what I'm saying.
We were going around doing this, and we were doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, we were bad in the 90s. I mean, badass kids. And I enjoyed that time because back then we didn't have any like sensitive motherfuckers. We didn't give a fuck. We didn't care. We had Jerry Springer. We had Animaniacs. Y'all motherfuckers just got like Nickelodeon and these kid bop bullshit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. But anyway, let's go to commercial break, and we're going to go to the next item.
Commercial break.
Don't go anywhere.
All right.
Don't go anywhere, y'all.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to have our boy, the enforcer, Big Tone.
Yeah. Muscle bound.
About tell us and tell y'all about our merch store. We'll be right back.
Good evening, everybody. This is a friendly neighborhood enforcer from Hills of Life Wrestling Podcast. Here to give you some knowledge, some 4-on-1 on our Hill merch. So, if you go to hillforlife.com, you see all the famous, get the flag here, don't like the flag. We got aprons, we got cups. We also got tank tops for you muscle men out there. There's some muscle men out there. Big boys, so pick up. Tank tops. If you're not a tank top person, we got a regular Crew t-shirts. We got some female t-shirts too. Check it out. And if you are in the winter state like Wisconsin, shout out to Chris. We got those hoodies. Got those hoodies. Again, check out hillsforlife.com for all your Hill merch.
All right, y'all.
Appreciate that, Tony.
We are back. So, let's get to a little bit of AEW. We're not going to talk about the whole entire card. We're just going to talk about what is relevant. Number one, because my Sling TV decided not to work, don't ask. It did work, so I didn't see the match that I wanted to see, which was Orange Cassidy versus Swerve Strickland. Now, I was listening to the peeps on social media, and I totally agree with them. The flow of the cards did not make any sense. Like, I feel that Swerve and Orange Cassidy should have made evented instead of Ricky Starks and Jay White. That match was trash. I did not like it at all. I did not see Blackpool Combat Club versus Chaos. Didn't care about it. Jack Perry versus Hook, Preston Bates, and whatever their name is. I did not see that match either. However, I did see MJF and Adam Cole go back and forth with each other. So y'all can speak on that.
Yeah. Damn.
I'll let go ahead, Reese.
Can we say Ether right now? Because Max did get his usual lines up there, but this one straight went to Adam Cole. Like, first of all, when he said, yo, what is your deal with people's relationship? First you went after Brian, then you went after me. It's like, hey, it ain't my fault you can't keep no motherfucking relationship and whatnot. But and then when he's like, oh, you know what? I got an idea. How about me and you go to the back since you want to make body jokes? How about we go take a piss test to see which one of us is natural, which one isn't? And I'm like,
yeah, boy,
I mean, like, what are you insinuating? Are you saying that he's a little bit small? I mean,
I just want to say this. When will people learn not to fuck with Adam Cole on this microphone? When will they learn? Remember, he's the reason that everybody in the IWC has a different opinion than Karrion Kross. He ended that man's career verbally. Okay?
That man's career.
He ethered him. So
dude.
I mean, he ethered him so bad. He made him grow his hair back. Okay. I mean,
maybe that might work. If Adam Cole should maybe go after LeBron James next. I'm just saying.
Oh yes, because LeBron James really needs a reading, and I'm not talking about reading all the way to his back fall off. But whatever.
Dude, hey, see,
I do have an issue. I do have an issue with one thing they had on there. So you done had Jungle Boy, Jack Perry. This man was one of the main events of one of your biggest shows of the year. And then you just relegated this man into a makeshift tag team. And he's supposed to be one of your pillars. Now, before anybody say in the comment section, I get the direction they're trying to go in. More than likely, you're trying to turn this man heel, especially trying to play off the fact that he did not use the title at the pay-per-view to get the win. But just putting them in a makeshift tag team.
No, I actually get it. I get it. I think that was bad booking. Like, I mean, they could have continued that whole. They planted the seeds at Double or Nothing. They should have kept playing on that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of putting him in a tag team, which didn't make any sense whatsoever. Now he could have went against another face, and and was doing and kind of went a little bit darker with his persona. We start seeing the changes or whatever. I mean, that's called logical booking. But when it comes to Tony Khan, he has scratch paper.
Yeah. These are facts, by the way. It was on All
Access. So for 6 months, hold on. No, I need to get something better. Okay. So This is what we're gonna do for 6 months. So we're gonna do this. So Jungle Boy's gonna be here, and then MJF is gonna be here, and all this, Nick, what? What? You book like that?
Yeah.
I mean, this man was in a fucking locker room with scratch paper. Now I see why people be clowning Tony Khan, because Tony Khan does not know how to book. He take his wrestling simulation. Excuse me. Dead body said, yeah. Yeah, keep going. Yes, thank you. Go away. Okay. So anyway, he take his booking from WWE 2K23. Now, he could do it from the video game that's coming out in 2 weeks, but whatever. He's taking that shit from WWE 2K23. He ain't telling nobody this, though, but he's doing that, and he's booking it that way, then put it on scratch a piece of paper. You are not supposed to be doing that shit. When you booking shit, nigga, you supposed to be doing that shit on, okay? That's what you should be doing. He does not do that whatsoever, and that's how I know that this man does not know how to book. Now, when it comes to, promoing or whatever and putting shit together, he's very good at that. But he really needs help on booking shit correctly. He needs to be organized. And, now he got the board, the board of directors, whatever. Nigga, you should have did that from day one. You don't do that shit in the middle of 4 years of your company being built up or whatever. And now you want to talk about, I think I'm gonna get my board of directors because I need help. Duh! I mean, it's whatever.
I want to bring something else up too, in regards to the show, and I want to give Janelle a shout out real quick because this has kind of been brought up too, and I've been seeing people bring this up too. So this is in regards to Chris Statlander being on the show, and a lot of people believe that you're going to see the TBS title on Dynamite more now that Chris Statlander is champion than we did when Jay was champion.
Poor girl.
And I want to kind of get y'all comments on that because I'm looking at it kind of two different ways. You have this one side over here that believe that there's a bias when it comes to Chris Statlander and Jade. But I'm looking at it from this other side here that you got to remember Jade is still learning. She hasn't been in the business long compared to a Chris Statlander who's obviously better in ring than Jade is. So I kind of wanted to get y'all comments on this. On this, like, do you feel that there's going to be more of a bias because Chris Statlander may be seen more as a favorite in the eyes of the people that run the place, or really Tony Khan, that she's going to have, her title reign is going to be showcased more than Jay's work?
Well, the one thing Jay has over Statlander is that she has a presence. Now, when it comes to ring ability, I think Jade showed that ability a little bit too late. Her last match was actually fire. It was really, really good, but I think it was a little bit too late. Now, I am not going to sit here and play the race card. Not right now, but when we get to Smackdown, we're going to talk about that little race card, but whatever. I just feel that, Jay had a very long title reign. Statlander is kind of like, I don't know. I know her next feud is going to be with Valkyrie because Valkyrie is turning heel. Like that, them seeds are playing every week. She's mad. She's you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, yeah, that's her next opponent. I'm like, okay. But yeah, we just have to. Do we have to wait and see because it's first of all, it's too early to see like how her booking is. We probably have to wait and like, I'll say give it about 2 months, and then we can revisit that conversation.
Yeah. As far as I like Statlander and all, but dude, this is going to be like way too much too soon because you got to remember this is her second knee injury she's coming off of right now, and you already gave her a nice character change like after her last injury, and now it's like what's gonna be the connection for this time, and like what was different about her this time as compared to how she was before the second injury happened. And it's like, and I'm praying that she actually does have a good reign, but truth be told, yeah, as much as like Ty is gonna be the one portraying the heel in this one, to a point, her behavior is more justified than anything because, yeah, Stat just kind of basically came in and just took a championship, like, just out the blue.
When Leon just said something very hilarious. He said Tony Khan looks like a zombie.
That's what I was laughing at.
Tony Khan looks like a zombie reading from the cue cards. I'm
very accurate.
That's very spot on, bro. Like,
So I got one more question here while we're on this topic. Chris Statlander, coming off an injury. This is what, the second time she's had a major injury. And like I said, this is just me voicing the concern. Do you feel that if she gets injured again, and that's a big if she gets injured again, do you feel like she's done at this point?
yes,
Because
yes. Just go.
I don't want to say she's giving me Tegan Knox vibes, but she's giving me Tegan Knox vibes.
Yeah, I call her Negan Knox.
Not you know what? Y'all get
I
it?
guess it just depends on what injury. I guess that depends on what kind of injury she gets. If she gets like
that man over there, it's not shit.
He'll slip one in there. Reese will slip one in there.
Yeah, he be sliding like little more thing. He be sliding like little liners in and shit.
Hey,
you sliding them little zingers in there.
I'm like the king of the. Well, even though I ain't got the crown, I was like, I'm the Lawler of the show.
So you want me to pass the crown to you?
No.
Reese ain't never been.
No,
like this
never. No, and I'm liking though. But yeah, like
look at Tone.
Because I just really feel that we just need to we need to sit back and wait. We can't really. I would love to give you my opinion about that, but I'd rather just sit back, analyze the situation, see how her matches are, and then we can come back to that.
Now, if she gets another knee injury, then you might be onto something. But it's wrestling; people get hurt. She could injure her shoulder, or she could, sprain something and just be out for a few weeks. I wouldn't crucify her for that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not gonna knock her for it. Yeah. I'm not gonna knock her for it if it's like a shoulder or anything that has nothing to do with a prior injury. But if it is in the same area, like another knee injury or torn this or torn ACL, this or that, then yeah.
Yeah, because I said, we have to make sure that we make our knees great again. We have to. Anyway, I'm gonna move on.
I do got one thing to go.
Go ahead.
Even on AEW Day, I just want to acknowledge this real quick that we had a BCC match and Moxley didn't bleed, but yet in the jungle in the hook match, Preston Vance was the one that was pulling the Moxley routine.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Preston Vance was bleeding, boy.
Yeah,
bleeding.
Because when Hook took the chain and wrapped it around his fist, boom.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, Antonio, like Rey Mysterio had like 5 knee surgeries, whatever, and that man still can run like a mice. You know what I'm saying? So someone asked about Simply Deep. I believe he asked or she, I'm not too sure. I don't know who this is, but they said, I wonder if Nakia Lyons is going back to NXT. She's injured right now, so
this is her second major injury too. I think she's battling a torn ACL. Remember, there was that story that broke out. What was it, about a month or two ago about where Zig, you remember this one where all these women in NXT were getting these leg injuries and like significant leg injuries because of the strength and conditioning they were going through down there in NXT. Like, it was crazy.
Oh, you're a dude. Okay,
Mhm.
you're a dude. You're a dude. Okay, you're a dude.
Mhm. And I think Nikita also said that she stressed that she wants to stay in NXT because she acknowledges that she's
Yeah.
green and she wants to get as much training in as possible.
Mhm.
So it's not about championships. It's not about anything according to her. Of
Mhm.
course.
And
She wants to,
I respect her like I
train,
do
but yeah.
Tiffany Stratton. I love that. What I love about the mindset of this new crop of
Yeah.
NXT talents is that a lot of them have awareness, self-awareness to say, hey, I need to work on this. I need to work on that. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. And I'm glad they're not being pressured into being rushed to, all right, I need to hurry up and do this, and then I need to go to the main roster. They know that, hey, it's going to take some time.
Now, Willis said this, and this is very interesting. That we'll go on to SmackDown. He said that Nakia got all that ass. Why would her knees give out? I mean, that's what happens when you do doggy style. I mean, your knees give out. You know, especially when you're on the floor. But whatever. Moving on. So we're gonna go to SmackDown. All right.
Hey, what's that quote that you put at the bottom of the screen, Chris?
Oh, you. Fuck you, Ziggy. Anyway,
I'm sitting back.
Whatever. Anyway, let's go on to SmackDown. Like, so, this whole mind games like between Jey Uso and Paul Heyman was absolutely hilarious. So Paul Heyman was doing everything in his power to butter up Jey Uso from, you're going to be the next tribal chief. We're going to butter you up with, putting you on flights and eating some steak and some potatoes. And, and so what we're going to do for you is that we're going to put you in a U.S. title match. So I'm looking and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, like, what are we doing here? But it's all part of the storyline. I thought that Jey Uso was going to actually win. But, Jey Uso, he was just like, but, Paul said that I need your answer first. Before you can even accept this match, I need your answer. Jay, you know what I'm saying, playing with the crowd, and everybody said, no. He said, yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? That US championship match? Yeah, I got you. But as far as joining the bloodline back, yeah, I'm gonna have to weigh on you're gonna have to weigh on that. So I'm just like, oh my God, here we go. Now they go back in the back. Like, I think this was just like later on in the night, they go in the back. And Paul Heyman is still with the whole mind games and shit. And Jey Uso had this disgust look on his face, and he was just like, yeah, I'm listening to you. I was like, yeah, yeah, I love the suits or whatever. He was just like, oh, that's all in good and shit. You know what I'm saying? But if I do win the U.S. title, you're leaving the bloodline. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, oh. So, Jey Uso can play those mind games too. You know what I'm saying? So, wait, what the hell? Oh, okay. He under my phone. So, that was dope. And we'll talk about some more shit at the end of the night. But this is where I really want to kind of concentrate in right here.
Let's do it.
So,
yep.
Yeah.
So y'all get y'all popcorn ready, y'all. Y'all get y'all popcorn ready for this.
So we got about 30 minutes or whatever, and I'm gonna try to be under 30 minutes, whatever. And 22 people are listening. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you so much. Remember to like the podcast, like it, share it.
Yeah, Willis Marie, Simply Deep. Yeah.
So
Derek,
here's the thing with this title. This title looks like a mustard sandwich. It looks like something that you get from Hostess. It looks like something. It just looks like a sugar cookie. You know what I'm saying? It looks like a horrible
looked like a horrible snickerdoodle cookie.
It looks like a fucking Power Ranger belt, like for real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it looks good on Asuka. Don't get me wrong. It looks good on her. Now let's talk about this number right here. Bianca is over it. She is over it. She's tired of it. Now, I thought that this was just on screen, but I read on an article that she is just like this right here kind of makes me mad a little bit. Like, this is not the only thing that we've heard from black champions, like when they lose their championships, because we heard the same thing from Kofi Kingston. She said, just like what Kofi said, I did exactly what I was asked. Bianca Belair candidly exposed Triple H in the WWE after feeling stressed because of Charlotte Flair. Now, people are going to say, well, what are you talking about Charlotte Flair? What's up with Charlotte Flair? Because Charlotte Flair decided to bring her white ass out there, and she wanted to take the spotlight. So she comes out there and she says, you know, well, first of all, what's his name? Pierce? Pierce. Adam Pearce says to her, excuse me, I don't know what Charlotte is. I don't know what she identified herself because of all that makeup. But you know, anyway, he asks her, why are you out here? Like, what you here? You know what I'm saying? You need to get back in the line. Charlotte laughed and said, I made the line. Woo! So instantaneously, I was disgusted. Not going to even lie to you. Like, it was like nothing but Karen vibes for me.
But Chris, can we go to what happened just before this one? Yeah, that since you brought up Bianca,
I'll bring her up.
There
we go.
She goes to Adam Pearce. Talking about, oh, you're gonna give Asuka a new belt, whatever, and then Pierce tells her, hey, I'm gonna need you to do something. Yeah, just for tonight. Can you please not come out and go after Asuka? And it's like, yo, if you do, you got a rematch coming. And there's the key part that I want everybody to focus on. And that Bianca is like, oh, I got a rematch? Cool. So then when we get to Miss Queen over there, Charlotte, who then decides she wants to come out and challenge Asuka. And by the way, I want everybody to know something. If you watch this promo again, you notice Charlotte ain't pointing at the new belt. She was actually pointing at the old one, says, I want a rematch for this. I want a match against you for the Raw Women's title. Not pointing to the new belt that Asuka was wearing. I don't know if it was.
So right there, she was being disrespectful.
I don't know if it was the Botox leaking or whatever was going on with Charlotte. I don't know, but yeah, how you just see Asuka got presented with a new belt, but yet you're pointing a challenger for the one that she don't have anymore.
Disrespectful. Just disrespectful.
Yeah, she did it multiple times. She said, "I want that one." She kept.
I want that one. Yeah, I don't want that one. I want this bitch. You know, girl, like that is the old belt. Do you know how to fucking comprehend, bitch? I mean, like, dude. Like, I know that you a Flair, but I know that you know how to comprehend. That is not the new belt. That's the old belt. That's the Raw belt. Okay. You dumb hoe. Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? She's coming out there, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. Charlotte pissed me the fuck off. Like, she really pissed me off when she come out there and she looking even more like a man than she was looking like previously. Now, I do not know what's going on between her and Andrade or whatever, but he really needs to tell her that she needs to start looking like more of a woman instead of a man. I'm just saying. You know, stop. No, hold on, let me.
I'll tell you what he needs to do.
I'm just saying, stop trying to look like your fucking father, and you need to look more like your mother. I don't know what your mother looked like, but I'm just saying, like, you looking like more of a fucking, what is that? A mannequin doll, like dead ass. That's what she looking like. And I'm done. I'm done, y'all. I'm good.
Yeah, Chris really packed that one up.
I just want to say this. For real. Packed her up. Packed them up.
Packing it right. Pack her up.
Andrade needs to do the world a favor and please get this girl pregnant so she can get off our TV screen. Please.
Well,
Please.
hey,
Bro.
she's fighting Asuka.
Everything.
We know what tends to happen when you face Asuka like a couple months later.
Oh Lord Jesus! This is. I hope you guys are not going in that direction. I hope you are not.
But see, my thing is, this is my question. What is the point of her being in this? What is the point? Look, for days, since you told us this topic, right? Since you told us this topic, I've been over here like Doctor Strange, over here trying to think of every possible outcome or every logical reason why she's in this program. And guess what? With my third eye. And guess what I came to? There's zero results on that. There's zero reason why she should be involved in this. Because, and I'm gonna explain why. We obviously see what the destination is. Their destination is to do a character change for Bianca and to help expand on their character. Charlotte did not need to be involved in this. To me, this is not only disrespectful to Bianca, this is disrespectful to Asuka. Because you're saying that you do not trust Asuka to get the job done with completing the transformation of Bianca. That's what you're telling us. You're telling us you don't trust Asuka at all.
But more so to the point too. I don't know if you were. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think it's more to the point where they are literally trying to get Charlotte. Charlotte is on this fast track to 16-time world championship, and what I don't understand is that what is the rush? And someone said this too. I don't know if it was us or if it was another post that I was seeing on Facebook, but they said that Charlotte cannot survive without a title. And that's sad.
And you know what's the even worst thing about this, right? I sat over here and I came up with a list of people she can work with and help elevate. And this list is pretty astounding. I'm pretty sure you can add more names to this list. The list I came up with: Piper Niven, Nikki Cross, Candice LeRae, Emma, which, by the way, just reminding y'all that Emma's employed by the company, but a lot of people forgot that because she's never really on TV like that. Chelsea Green, and that's not even half the women I can come up with off the top of my head. The reason I mention these women name or the other women that I can name on this list is that instead of having her in a title picture, use her star power that y'all been pushing for years to help elevate somebody, help build somebody, help establish somebody as a new star. My issue with Charlotte is that who's ever came out of the situation made, you know what I'm saying? Like, the thing that most of the people shitted on Sasha about when she was there in the company is really what Charlotte does. Sasha helped elevate people or try to help make people. Charlotte is not about that. Charlotte is about Charlotte. Charlotte is about getting everything handed to her. Her objective is to have every first there is. Remember, she was salty because she did not main event night one of WrestleMania. Why? Because she wanted to be the first person to say, well, I'm the first woman to main event multiple WrestleManias. Her next objective, of course, you brought it up, is that she's on a fast track to beating her dad's record. Which at the end of the day, you can have 16 or 17 title reigns, but are they going to be memorable? Are people going to give a damn? I mean, like, that's the thing there. Like, what's nauseating about her is that she loses the big title match, right? She'll go on break. What does she do? What does she always do when she comes back from the break? Straight to the front of the fucking line. Fuck everybody else. Fuck everybody else that was putting in work while they were gone.
That is a very good comment. Like, Charlotte's low-key similar to CM Punk, not willing to assist younger talent unless they like him.
Yo, hey, Real, let me hit you with another bomb right here. Let's say Charlotte wins this title. Do you realize this will be the third time she's taken a championship from Asuka?
That's the other issue. That is the other issue I was going to bring up. It's like, damn, can Oscar get a win over this woman? Damn, can she get some sort of shine? Damn, can she get like, come on, like it's the same thing over and over. So let's talk about hypotheticals. Hypothetically, let's say that Charlotte wins the title. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna build a program all the way to WrestleMania, to where we're gonna have a match between Charlotte and Bianca. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give y'all the real why this is happening. Charlotte realizes the only person that's going to give her another opportunity to have the last match at WrestleMania at night one is Bianca Belair. That's all this is about. She's not doing this to help enhance Bianca. She's doing this for Charlotte. She's doing this because she wants what she did not get this past year, and that is the last match on night
She
one
didn't need it,
of
though.
WrestleMania.
She didn't need that shit. Yeah, she didn't.
She don't need it.
Have a good match.
She doesn't. Be honest, she's at this point. She don't need any of this shit. Does she need another title reign? Does she need to be at the top of the card? No. Do what Natty is doing. Help.
That's not Charlotte.
Elevate somebody.
That's not her.
Dude.
That's not her. Unfortunately, that's just not Charlotte. It's just like, it's just Charlotte is all about Charlotte. She just like her father. This is all about me. This is all about my title reigns. This is about me fulfilling the Flair legacy. That is why I've never seen somebody on a fast track to 16-time reigns. And then the crazy thing is, y'all, is that throughout all of her 14-time world championship reigns, I do not remember one being memorable. I just feel that it lasted for 15 minutes. She went away, came back, won the title, lost the title, came back, asked for the title again, won it, lost it. It's just been wash, rinse, repeat type of shit.
Because a lot of them was with that Sasha Banks feud. They dropped it between each other like 3 or 4 times.
Like hotcakes.
Yeah. 4 or 5 times.
But, I want to say this is just a wrap this up because I know we still got to get to the Booker thing real quick. But you know how earlier in the show we was talking about, like with the Money in the Bank, why are we going to go for anything else? Go after the main championship because that's what you're here. Is that if you ain't here to be the champ, then why are you here for? Like, Charlotte, although she takes that attitude, it's like the way she conducts it doesn't help her cause. And it's like, it's admirable that you're one of the few people that actually show that you want to be the champ. But the problem is that you don't do anything with it once you get it. And if you do manage to do something with it, it like kind of kills your opponent.
That's what she does. But let's go to the third one because we definitely got to get to the Booker one. That's going to be our last segment.
It's the Hill Heat segment for the week.
Yes. So, it was a lot of shenanigans with the main event. Jey Uso almost won the U.S. Championship. And then, let's see, the Pretty Boys, Pretty Deadly, a.k.a. Vegas from Street Fighter, came out to interfere. Then Jimmy came out to try to save the day. Then Solo came out to attack Jimmy. And then at one point, Jimmy was trying to kick Sokola and super kicked his brother. And he cost him the match. And the end of the match was Jimmy, Solo and Paul were looking at Jimmy in the ring and was just like, there was like, our plan coming together. And then Jay he was just discombobulated. He left the ring and he was just like, he don't know what the fuck happened or whatever. It's just like Paul Heyman is like the puppeteer in this situation. Like everything is coming to fruition. Like he won't Jimmy to be on the island by himself. And Jay was just like, he looked at Solo, he looked at Paul, and he was just like, "Fuck y'all! Like I'm going to the back. Like fuck this shit." And Jimmy was just in the range, was just like, "Man, what the fuck did I do? Well, man, this was all my fault," type of shit. So yeah, it was a good main event. Just a lot of shenanigans.
10.
With this storyline, one thing we have learned is that we don't know what to expect. I mean, yeah, we have an idea. I mean, if like for example, this situation, either Jay is going to fall in line with the tribal chief, or he going to side with his brother. But are we sure those are the only outcomes in this situation? One thing we learned about this bloodline storyline, and yes, I know it has been going on forever, but one thing we have learned is that we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Ooh, that's a
yeah,
good
I do
one.
feel that it doesn't even matter. Like everybody's turning on Paul because Paul is the puppeteer. He is
Yeah.
literally the puppeteer. Everybody else
That's
is
if
like
Paul
literally
don't
just
turn on them
on.
first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because like everybody know that Paul is like literally the cancer in the bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Like he is the brains of the bloodline. It's definitely not Roman Reigns.
Because you got to remember, he turned
Reigns is
Roman Reigns
just
into this monster.
Yeah, he's like that evil person on the shoulder.
Dr.
Yeah,
Robotnik, but
basically,
just fatter. Mm-hmm.
yeah, basically he's the WWE version of
Like,
Don Callis.
Mm-hmm.
right. Because, like, if you think about it, let's go all the way back to the very, very, very beginning when the deal from the devil was made, and Roman Reigns was sitting on that couch, and he secured the title match. He secured himself in a triple threat match with Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman.
Exactly.
You could tell there was still. That's the last time we seen a little bit of the old Roman, and it's like Paul Heyman's that fucking parasite that leashed on to him. And instead of just sucking the blood out of it, he was injecting him with his venom, like just and everything. And now we get to where we're at right now with Roman Reigns, and that's kind of the interesting thing about this story is that Paul Heyman sits there and he act like he's scared of Roman and all this and that when Roman gets angry and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he's pulling the fucking strings.
Matter of fact, guys, something just hit me right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. How much you want to bet that if a SmackDown superstar wins Money in the Bank, Paul sides with them and costs Roman a championship?
I mean, that can happen.
Especially if everybody leaving, and then I guess Paul can hitch his wagon to somebody else. He could jump off. He might hitch his wagon to Solo and just have Solo just go crazy, kind of like didn't Umaga have a guy with him with the straw hat?
Yeah, Armando.
Yeah, they could kind of do something like that dynamic. The Samoan bulldozer, but
And see, that's what I'm thinking too, man. I'm thinking that Paul is gonna hitch he's gonna hitch it to Solo. And what's gonna be brought up is remember a few weeks ago where Roman accidentally bumped into Solo. And Solo looked at him like motherfucker. And he looked back at Solo like he was scared of him. I think that's gonna come back to I think Paul's seen that. And that's gonna be brought back up later on. He's gonna be like, you're scared of him. Like that let me know then that's who I should hitch my wagon to. It's because you scared of Solo.
Exactly. All right. So does anybody else have anything to say about SmackDown?
No, we had
140. Let's go roll.
149.
We finna roll.
Okay. So this is probably going to take us this is definitely going to take us to the end of the show. So I'm just going to give you guys the rundown of what's going on. So about 2.5 days ago, no, actually 3.5. Yeah, 3 days ago. There has been some bickering, not bickering, but just some big issues that's going on between Booker T and Ryback. I was informed by Stevie Ray that these two are going back and forth. And he thought I knew about the situation, but I did not. I did not know what was going on. I didn't. I don't follow Booker T like that. I follow him on Twitter for news purposes. I follow Ryback because of news purposes. I'm not a fan of neither one of them. I'm not going to lie to you. So Stevie literally gave me the breakdown of it, but the next day I literally had to find out for myself of what was going on. So apparently, Ryback was supposed to go on Booker T's show, and Ryback wanted to go on a format where it was live and not pre-recorded, because when you go on a pre-recorded show, they can easily edit shit out versus a live show. A live show, you get everything. You get, what I'm saying, the lights, the glamour, everything. You get everything. And Booker T didn't like that shit and decided to cancel the show. Now, I do not know how far along this was, this was planned. I'm not too sure, but Booker T definitely did not like what Ryback was saying or whatever, and he talked about he was making demands and to come on my show, and you really don't want to have that conversation. Now, remind you, Booker T and Ryback have not liked each other for the last couple of years, from my understanding, because Booker T said at one point that he does not respect Ryback, and he was saying all types of shit about him. He also furthermore went on his podcast and said that I know that he's trying to fight Goldberg at one point or whatever, and that Goldberg needs to retire. So Ryback shoots back and says that, like, you need to stay out of my business. Like, when it comes to the WWE and all the other shit, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. He said his demands was indeed live. Booker T backs out and proclaimed that I can't have a conversation. Please make it make sense. The truth always wins. Anyone half of a brain can see what it really is. And then he just buried the fuck out of Booker. He was just like, this is something that you could have said this over the phone. And literally, Booker wanted to take the grimy route or whatever. So this is where I came into play. So Stevie asked me to do this. I did this poster for him. It took me about an hour or so, whatever. So I shot him this, and he was like, "Is this what?" I was like asking him, "Is this what you want or whatever?" And he was just like, "Yeah, this is cool. This is real cool." And then the next thing I know, he says, "Do you want to come on the show?" I said, "What? What do you mean come on the show?" Like, I was going to call in, but then I didn't want to. I didn't think you wanted me to be on the show. He was like, "No, it'll be fun. Come on the show." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So, I've just been getting all of my information and just, digging for other shit, trying to figure out like what's been going on. So here's the issue. The issue is that Ryback couldn't go to option A. So he went to option B. Stevie Ray called him and asked him to be on the show. It wasn't Ryback that asked Stevie Ray to come on the show. Stevie reached out. He heard what was going on. He, gave him an olive branch. Hey, you can come on my show if you want to. So that is where we're at right now. And from my understanding, Ryback is really going to let loose this Tuesday. From my understanding. So that is where we are at.
Yeah.
Is to me, and we discussed this before, and we had a lengthy discussion about it. Once news broke that you were going to be on the show about it, and just like our host, I'm not favorable really of both men of Booker T and Ryback, but at face value, Ryback has a legitimate gripe. To me, his request was not like Booker T sent out that tweet and made it seem like his request was a lot to ask of. His request was not really a lot to ask of if you think about it. He just asked that, hey, let's have it live. Booker T seems to take this to another level and was like, no, I don't want to do this live. And then he sent out that dumb tweet. My thing is this. Ryback wants to put everything out there, his, whatever his truth is or whatever the truth is of the situation. He wants it live so nobody can go back and say, hey, to make sure nothing was misquoted, misconstrued, or anything. Like Chris pointed out, when it's live, you're getting everything at face value. You get somebody's live reaction to it, where it's not edited or anything like that. Booker T's issue was that he wanted to edit this shit so he could put out whatever narrative that he wants to put out or whatever narrative that he has to put out per request by WWE. At the end of the day, Booker T is still an employee of World Wrestling Entertainment. He has to follow their rules and their guidelines.
Yeah. And McQuad said that Booker T is definitely going to be listening. I hope he does listen, because the thing is, like, you had your chance, and I want him to go back on his podcast and talk his shit. I want him to, because like this is, he's going to be hearing from the fans. He's going to be hearing from Ryback. I'm like, and I'm going to say this. I'm like going to say, like, I'm sorry, like, you had an opportunity to bring Ryback on your show. You know what I'm saying? I do not know between you and the WWE who decided to bully who or whatever. We know that the WWE bullied Booker T, because, like, why would you just randomly just back out because the man said that he wanted the show live, and you decided to say, no, you're not going to make all these demands or whatever. Like, I'm like, okay, like, if my guest is coming on and he wants to be live, I mean, I'll grant that request. You know what I'm saying? Even if my shit is pre-recorded, yeah, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? He went to Stevie Ray because Stevie Ray's podcast is live. So, like, how would you get mad? I mean, why would you get mad at that shit? And the problem is that not Stevie Ray though, but Booker T is a turncoat. And I said this before. He will sell out his own people just to get his money. Get your money, but not at the expense of your own people. That's what pisses me off about him. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if I come up on there and I say something very critical about Booker T, it's something that I wanted to say to him for a very long time in his face. I don't care about Booker T trying to, like, threaten me or whatever I say on the podcast, and he tried to threaten me or whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, but you don't frighten me. I said, just because you a nigga like me with dread, but you got dreads, that does not frighten me, sir. That doesn't. Because Booker T like to run his mouth. Honey, I like to run my mouth too. The only difference is between me and you, I don't run. I don't take orders from the WWE. I'm my own person. I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own shit. No. So if he tried to go down that track, because I know he will be listening, I'm going to tell him the way it is. I said, if you really want to have that conversation, let's have that conversation when you was in WCW and you was being a motherfucking snitch. Or let's talk about that part when you was in jail and you was a snitch. There was rumors about that too. What about that whole part when Triple H was, like, disrespecting you, which we all talk about to this day, that you sat up there and let this white motherfucker call you a jigaboo, a porch monkey, a gorilla, a dancing fucking gorilla. And the only thing you said, that I was a team player playing my position. I dare him to be upset based on what me, Ryback, or his brother says on Tuesday. I'm here for that energy. Because number one, if it was not for Booker T, that show wouldn't have even happened. So I thank Booker T. I thank him a whole lot. Listen, I don't got no problem losing people after this podcast. I don't have a problem with that. Because I forgot what his name. What is his name? He's a gay rapper. I forgot what's his name. Little something. What is his name, y'all? Help me out. What's his name? Lil Nas. Yes. Lil Nas. Yes. What did he say? Oh, you were never rooting for me anyway, so I don't really give a fuck. I can care less. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be like, "Oh, you're a traitor to the culture." I say at the end of the day, it was Booker T that betrayed our people. Because you wouldn't let no white motherfucker sit up there and disrespect you on national television, and then on top of that, you didn't even get the ending that you were supposed to get at WrestleMania. But yet you sold your soul just to get some money. I told you I'm bringing out my Eric Mays on Tuesday if I'm pushed in that direction. But I'm just there just to ask some questions, ask the questions that you guys want to ask Ryback. That is what I'm there for. I'm not there just to make a scene. I'm not there for that. But I will tell you this: I do not like Booker T at all. I don't like him. I just don't. And the reason why, my shit is legit. And it has nothing to do with him being an African American. It has everything to do with him being a nigga. That's the problem. He's a fucking sellout, and he needs to be called out on his shit. Plain and simple. And the only difference why Booker T would never put me on his show, because I would air him the fuck out. Plain and simple.
Man, that man cooking, man. I want to hear like Ziggy, Reese, you got anything to say in regards to this? Like, how do y'all feel about like, do y'all feel like that Ryback was requesting too much, or do you feel like that's a legitimate request about wanting the show to be live?
Request, because we've seen Ryback say some things like that were super questionable, and some of it he meant, some of it he didn't. But at the end of the day, it's like the stuff that you meant. Hell, let's get into the full way of why you felt this way and why you felt, and the stuff that you thought was taken out of context. Now you get a chance to like tell everybody what it really meant in real time, and it's like, to finally have this stuff live. So it's like now, if you go on social media and wind up saying something different, and it's like, nah, I remember what you said on Booker's show. I was like, and this was live TV, and it's like, now Booker, if he was smart, he actually would have had something to go the next time he wanted to go after Ryback. But it's like now he ain't gonna have that opportunity, because now Stevie's gonna be the one that's like, what you go off talking about this? This man was literally on my show because you didn't want to have him on yours. This is what he wound up saying. So where you coming at there from? And you, my brother, but guess what? You sitting up here telling lies about this man.
And I find it very funny that someone brought this up. I don't know. I don't know if it was Ziggy. No, it was A-Bit. Yeah. A-Bit said something very interesting about Booker T. Booker T do not show his brother a lot of respect when he's saying, I'm fortunate to be one half of the greatest tag team. He never mentions his brother. I don't know why.
That is a good point there. Like you said, he says I'm one half of the greatest tag team, Harlem Heat, but he doesn't say I'm one half of the greatest tag teams along with my brother Stevie Ray.
He going back, he don't really acknowledge his brother like that.
Nope.
And saying like, I mean, because like I want to make this very clear, y'all. Like, this is This is a great opportunity. I give shout outs to Unc, Stevie all the time. But the problem is that, at the end of the day, even though I do not like Booker T, I swear to you, I do not like Booker T at all. I just don't, because like he is someone that I have looked up to when he was in the business. When I seen somebody that is black and like me, this is personal. This is very, very personal for me to talk about this shit. I'm very
Are you
disappointed
disappointed in the way?
I'm very disappointed because like I can't believe that you will stoop to this low. And then you sit up here and you blame it, right? I mean, I don't give a fuck about what RYBACK, what between you and RYBACK, but if RYBACK got a legit like request, just grant it. And if you didn't want to take it in the first place, you should have never took it. Plain and simple. That made you look like the fucking weak ass Link. Not RYBACK. But me, I want to be as balanced as possible. This is what my reputation is built on. Yeah, I'm an AEW mark. Cool. But at the end of the day, I am a podcaster that is going to keep this shit real 100%. And that is what I want to bring to that podcast on Tuesday. But I'm not going to lie to you. I am not going to hide my feelings. I'm not going to hide back, not from RYBACK and not from Booker T. I'm not a fan of neither one of them. I'm not. But at the same time, I feel that RYBACK was in the right. He was.
How do you feel about it?
It's just one of those things. If he couldn't, I just feel like if he meaning Booker, if somebody got in his ear and said, "Hey, you can't have him on unless it's taped," all you gotta do is just have a conversation. And I talked to Chris about it. Mm-hmm. All he has to do is have a conversation with RYBACK and just kind of discuss it with them, man to man. Like, look, if you don't agree to these terms and conditions, maybe I could try to catch you on the next one, but sorry about it. But it seems like RYBACK found out about it on Twitter when he got tagged.
Yeah, bro. Like that's the worst.
So
like,
I mean,
y'all supposed to be doing business, and yet you find this out with like the rest of the world. Like, bro, that is bad business. That is bad business 101.
Yeah,
because what it's basically doing is or any future like like people that want to invest in your business or podcast or whatever, they're gonna say like, oh, you do shady ass deals on Twitter, on social media. You don't do this shit on like there's a telephone. Like, listen.
This is a conversation that could have had in private. I agree with you.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing about it. I feel that that's really the 95% of the issue I have with it. Because if he can't do it, that's fine. Chris could tell everybody. I'm sure other guys have done business with various people. Things fall through. You might have a plan for something to occur. It might fall through, and you have to reschedule, or you might not just have to go in a different direction. It happens. So I'm fine with them with RYBACK not being on the show or whatever, but it's how he went about it. You shouldn't blast somebody for something like that was done behind closed doors.
Yeah.
I wonder if they, because I wonder what the like you said, he found out on social media like everybody else did. Instead of having a conversation and being like, "Hey, I understand that you're requesting to have this show live, but I can't do it live. Can you explain to me, why you would want it live? That way we can come to a compromise, and that way we both get what we want at the end of the day." Or hell, he could have reached out to him and been like, "Hey, if you're concerned that I'm going to omit certain things that you said during our conversation, how about, we sit here, we sit together or whatnot while this is being edited, or just tell me what, just find ways to try to work with each other." But it seemed like to me, instead of him wanting to do that, he just chose to go on social media and be like, "Hey, I'm going to I rescinded the offer and all this and that." But that, like, can you put up, Vic, can you put up that, the tweet again from Booker T? There's a line I want to point out here that was unnecessary. It's that second sentence. I mean, it's the second and third sentence. It's like making demands for you to come on my show says a whole lot. Like that right there in itself. Like y'all just heard me read that out loud, right? Now, with me reading that out loud, does that sound like somebody trying to
No,
be cordial or
that's somebody
somebody
that's
trying
trying to
to
be
be
shady as
shady?
fuck.
I'm gonna read it again. I'm gonna read it again. It says making demands for you to come on my show says a whole lot. So that's basically you taking a shot at Ryback saying that he's bad to work with.
Like, how the fuck can you say that you're bad to work with, but then you're the one who offered him to come on your show to begin with, and then you back out, and then you announce the shit on social media, let alone Twitter. Twitter is one of the most toxic places on social media, and you decide to do it on Twitter. You couldn't text
Right.
me or call me or anything like that.
Did anyone know that Ryback was going on the show until he said something we knew?
So, from my understanding, that Ryback was supposed to come on the show.
But did we know hey guys, Ryback is coming on?
I didn't know. Yeah.
They could have had this, and we would have never known about it.
Yeah. Like I'm assuming.
Saying.
I'm assuming he was supposed to come on the show, but it was. I guess it was like
it wasn't promoted or anything, right?
It wasn't right. It wasn't even promoted. It was just like something that was boom right here on social media. Like that's just how it was. And Stevie was trying to give me that post, but he couldn't find it. And that's how everything went down.
Yeah, because they could have planned it. The plans could have fell through, and then we would have never known about it. But
we would have never knew.
He went on Twitter, made it once again stuff that's bigger than what it got to be. This is really much to do about nothing. Like
exactly.
What more would we have gained from this episode if they were to have a conversation?
More
Maybe
than anything,
this here and there, but
more than anything, it makes Booker T looks even worse.
Yeah,
it makes him look like the bad guy more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Because because it makes him look like the bully.
Yeah, because how long Ryback has been saying these guys don't want to work with me, and then Ryback would be like, "See, look,"
and like shit like this, right? Mm-hmm. You know.
What if he's trying to? What if they were? What if Booker T and WWE was scared that Ryback was going to air something out? All this did was with Booker T declining the request makes people believe that maybe there's some shit that was done on WWE's end that you're wanting to hide. And that because he was going to go on to Booker T's show, which let's be honest about it, is probably ran or at least monitored by WWE. He was probably afraid of him coming on there and airing something out on his program, which is monitored by WWE. But all this does is make Booker T all the more. It makes him look all more guilty.
Yeah, you know what else
in this situation?
Also winds up doing is now, is that now you're letting Ryback. Now you're actually making a case for Ryback all those times when he goes on rants and stuff. Now you're like actually giving him some justification because like incidents like of what's going on, and now it's like all the stuff that Ryback may have been saying. Now you're like giving him some validity to it.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, I don't want to cut y'all off, but yeah, we kind of went over a little bit. So we're just gonna go on final thoughts real quick. We just kind of wrap this up. But no, first of all, I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming on here and being with us. Like, we had a lot of people out on here tonight or whatever. I'm sorry we went on a little bit too long. I had to kind of get my thoughts out there. But I really encourage each and every one of you guys to tune in to the show on Tuesday. This is going to be this is big for Stevie and for myself to have Ryback on the podcast, whatever. Like I said, shout out to Stevie. Thank you for the opportunity. I really do appreciate this. This really does, dividends for me, my brand, and all the guys that's on hashtag Heels for Life. But yeah, I told him like I'm just there just to represent the fans and at the cornly, at professional, and all that good shit. Next week, I believe, is Juneteenth. We may or may not be live next Sunday, but I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know throughout
Yeah,
the
it's
week.
Father's Day.
Yeah, so more than like, yeah, we're not gonna be on. So we're gonna give the fathers their due. So we'll be back in 2 weeks or what have you, whatever.
Yeah, 'cause that'd be double Forbidden
Yeah.
Door.
I'll see you guys probably on TikTok like next week or something like that, whatever.
Yeah, you gotta
right
give
now,
it a week to, you know.
Yeah, I'm banned, but whatever. But appreciate you guys. Thank you. Remember to share, like the podcast, and also check out our merch store. And yeah, that's all I have for y'all this week.
Man, and ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready for one hell of a wrestling summer. Yeah, like I said, I got Forbidden Door, Money in the Bank, Slammiversary, SummerSlam, and All In, All Out. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of shows, but don't worry, your boys are going to cover it like only we can do it here in WCC on hashtag Heels for Life. Oh yeah, thanks. Actually, G1 Climax also happening. Yeah, it's going to be a lot, but hey, this is definitely one of the most fun times of the year for wrestling fans. Hey, enjoy the ride. Real.
Man, just want to thank y'all once again, man. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Man, y'all were active tonight, man. I always got to give a special shout out to all y'all here in the comments section, whether on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, any of our other various social media sites that we're streaming live from. We thank y'all for always tuning in. And man, y'all, I just want to just say, y'all the reason we do this. Y'all appreciate the truth that's being told to you. One thing with us is that we do this for y'all. We do this for the people that want a voice or has a different opinion from the usual favorites in the wrestling industry, the usual people that are on bigger platforms and give you narratives because they're trying to show favorites with this promotion or that promotion. With us here, we just give you our unbiased opinion and we stay facts here. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and supporting the fucking movement. I just want to take this last second to just, plug Chris's appearance on Tuesday, because I just want y'all to understand how major this is, not only for him, but for all of us here on Heels for Life. This is the next step into the empire for us, man. And we thank y'all for being with us every step of the way. And so this is major. I need y'all, especially when Tuesday come around, I need y'all to share this shit on all your social medias. Share this to everybody far and wide. We need this thing to be big. We need this thing to be major. So I just need all of y'all on Tuesday. When Tuesday get here, I need y'all to share this to everybody you fucking know, because it's gonna be a banger show. And man, I'm real and I'm out.
What's good, y'all? Once again, we had a little bit of a huddle up with the fellas yesterday. So if y'all aren't already, we see some guys chatting on Facebook, which we do appreciate. But please, please, please make sure y'all are following us on YouTube. We got a bunch of different segments and different things that we're going to be starting to post on the YouTube channel, starting maybe not this upcoming week, but in the coming weeks. Like, you're going to start seeing more and more content that we're going to be chugging out. So definitely stay tuned and make sure y'all following us on Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. And that's pretty much all I got. But I do have one last thing, Chris. You know what would have stopped you from getting banned on TikTok?
What?
Being a baby face.
What? Bitch, bye.
It looks like you lost another one.
Yeah. It's just the fact that I'm highly dedicated to the grind. And I ain't never fake, boy, I'm like this all the time. And I'ma do me, it don't matter how you feel. And I'ma win even if I lie, cheat or steal. That's just real. I don't care if I leave the opposition feeling ripped off. And it's only cheating if you get caught. If you ain't with me, homie, I can never love ya. If you don't like it, I got 2 words for ya. I just rather lie, cheat, and steal. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. And I don't ever care how they feel. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. And they don't wanna see me in the field. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. No matter what, I'ma keep it real. It's cool being faces, better being the heel.